Okay, so I've officially investigated every room in this building. Turns out the former leader of the Church of the Machine God is excommunicated and suffering from a depressive slump because he wanted to make sure that the ascension that he had worked so hard for doesn't result in people dying and being completely dead forever. So yeah, got kicked out for trying to save their lives, so there goes me trying to ally with them anyway.
We butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box
Adam, what's going on? I didn't expect to hear from you.
I didn't expect my doctor to find dormant augs hidden in my system.
What?
Dormant experimental augs. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Adam, you know the decisions I made for you 2 years ago.
Yes or no?
No! All the work we did on you was above board. You have my word on that. What exactly did you find?
Experimental test augs spliced into my system. Kohler said something about a neodymium shell. Who would have designed something like that?
God, you've got a Titan aug? It's impossible. It was just a concept.
You just said this wasn't you.
It wasn't. The DoD showed me schematics 3 years ago and asked me if I thought it could work. It was designed by somebody else, Vadim Orlov. Megan and I interviewed him once, but he wouldn't have fit in.
These schematics you saw, don't suppose you kept a copy?
They were classified. I never had a copy. The only reason I even saw them was because the Defense Department valued my opinion. Seraph Industries did good work back in the day. When we signed a schematic, you knew it was solid.
Orlov? Sounds Russian. Who is he? Why wouldn't he have fit in?
He was supposed to be a boy wonder, neuroscience prodigy. Got his master's degree in Moscow, post-grad in the US. His grades were off the chart, but his theories were sketchy at times.
Okay.
Megan said his ethics were questionable.
I didn't even remember him saying it that way.
Megan Reed said that?
But yeah, I do remember.
The woman who gave you my DNA to experiment with?
We didn't hire him, Adam. 2 minutes into the interview, and I could tell Orlov didn't like his ideas being challenged by anyone.
So even when Seraph was being sketchy, they didn't trust Orlov, which says that Orlov isn't someone to be trusted.
I've got to find this guy.
Adam, let me track him down for you. I'm leaving for London soon, but I can make phone calls, reach out to people. Seraph Industries may be gone, but my name still carries weight in certain circles.
Do it. Contact me by infolink when you have something.
I won't let you down on this. I never felt right about losing touch with you after Panchaea. When I heard you'd shown up in Detroit alive a year after everyone thought you were dead. Why didn't you get in touch with us?
I couldn't. Rescue crews pulled me out of the ocean and dumped me in a clinic in Alaska. Nobody knew who I was. For a long time, neither did I.
My God, son, you don't think... I mean, that could have been when...
Find Orlov, Seraph. I've got questions I need answered.
I will, I promise. I'll call you.
Next, Neon Nights.
License, permit, voucher, document of authority, temporary pass, travel coupon, and/or certificate of authenticity.
Good old days, we'd just ask for ID.
Good old days are gone. Haven't seen one of these before. Orange level. You are some kind of badass?
Just someone with a job to do.
And the tools to do it, obviously. Go on through.
What can I get you? Beer? Something else?
What else have you got?
Oh, just an item of interest.
For someone who lives off of their sales, you're unusually reserved.
Well, sometimes it's hard to know who to trust, especially these days. For example, I don't suppose you have any neuropozyne you would be willing to spare, do you?
Sorry, I don't.
That's okay, I understand. Times are tough. Is there anything I can do for you?
I'll have a beer.
Here you go. Anything else?
I'm good for now.
As you wish.
If I run into neuropozyne, need to remember to go ahead and grab it. Jesus. That's a lot of stealth mods I'm gonna have to use. So, an item of interest. If I get neuropozyne, I need to let her know.
What are you expecting is going to happen? I just don't like being cooped up in here. I'll just walk. I'll meet you there. Really fine. You're claustrophobic? No.
That at all, at least from what I've read in the book.
What is this? At least they haven't come to rough us up tonight.
No, they expired last night.
I must have taken the old ones by mistake.
What happened to global warming? Shit.
How is it different from
What do you want, Clank? Get back to your squat, or I'll send you someplace even worse.
Just a way to move the problem somewhere else. Rabia is built for you to live in.
Okay. Can I keep this pamphlet?
Of course. Have a good day.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Felice Allman, and I represent the Santo Group. We're looking for able-bodied augmented persons like you to help us create the future.
Don't take this the wrong way, but this might be the wrong town to hawk a dream of the future in.
Don't you think it's exactly the right one? Prague, a city with no respect for the choices its citizens made to become augmented. The choice you made.
And you're going to tell me Santos found a city that does respect us?
We're making it. You can't deny the world has to change. For the better this time. Augmentations helped us take great steps before. And we can do it again. In Rabia. A concept city. 3D printed, beyond state-of-the-art. A symbol of evolution.
In the deserts of Oman. I've seen the news stories. But Santo's not a charity, and I don't think your stakeholders are philanthropists.
That's why they've asked people like me to spread the word, to make an offer. Incentive-driven employment for any augmented person. You'll get a sponsored work permit for the duration of the city's construction.
And after that?
A guaranteed place in the residency lottery.
I appreciate that you believe in what you're selling, this new future. But the future the Augmented want is the same as anyone else.
And the world won't allow it! I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to. Santo is the only corporation in the world to increase its augmented workforce in the past 2 years. Did you know that?
That must be convenient for a construction business.
It's the opposite. Our CEO's life has been threatened for supporting the legitimacy of augmented people.
That sucks.
But he, Mr. Brown,
I mean, it's terrible.
understands that the augmented saw the future early and rushed to meet it.
What guarantee do I have that life in Rabia is different than the segregation here? Or is that a lottery too?
Santo is the guarantee. We keep the rights to the city in perpetuity, never handing it off to people who want the augmented out of sight and out of mind.
But that's still exactly what you're doing. A city in a bubble, born from fear between augmented and non-augmented.
There have always been divisions in society. There always will be. That's why there are walls. Someone has to build the walls, and that's Santo.
So this incentive program, positioning Rabia for the Augs, it's all on Nathaniel Brown?
The wild card, the one that the Alameda
industrial
doesn't
printing of
trust.
the city, the archaeological design, the recruiting drive, even the street teams. Mr. Brown met us personally to sign off on us. Would you believe it?
Yeah, I think I would. Archaeological?
Architectural ecology. Rabia is zero footprint, fully self-sufficient. It is not just his solution for the augmented, it is his solution for cities. It is visionary. There is no other word for it.
Right. Unfortunately, most of the visionaries I've met were so busy chasing their grand plan, they lost sight of the little people. I thought the Udalek complex was Santo's future for the Augmented. From what I've heard, it didn't go to plan.
Not to our plan. Utalek was supposed to be a low-cost, high-volume housing solution for transient workers. It was never meant to become what it has.
And why didn't Brown step in? Doesn't look good to have your name associated with an Aug ghetto.
It's out of our hands. Since the incident, it's been run by the Czech state and their police. That will never happen with Rabia.
It's because city-state laws still exist.
You've given me a lot to chew on. I can't sign up with you on the spot.
Just consider it. What I've told you.
The Middle East
I'm
are
not
actually a
trying
lot
to sell you
stronger
the
than they
e-brochure of
are in
Rabia.
Europe.
You've seen it all anyway. They're just pictures and holograms. I want you to believe in the place.
Santos says they're going to make the future a better place. They should concentrate on fixing the present.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
provided they haven't put any firewalls along these virtual connections.
Anomaly detected. Trace program init access granted.
Well, let me tell you, the next time that little bastard comes in to complain about not having access to his locker, I'm going to shove him in it and leave him there.
I know, right? Have a sense of priorities. So we took over the break room for a while. Big deal. We're trying to keep some semblance of control over this part of town.
Yes, well, you already know what I think. We should stamp down on this place. Hard.
I agree, but I guess the city doesn't want to spark something we can't handle. Desperate people are capable of desperate things.
We can handle whatever they throw at us.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Disable the alarm panels. Good measure. Okay.
Sir, there's a better life for the augmented, and it's waiting for you in Raffia.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Santo and augmented people, just like you, are creating
Can you wish upon a star?
What?
The song. It's in my head. It makes me think of the old... Becky! I used to love going in there.
You looking at something?
Magic. Shame it's closed.